So I actually just started recording on my phone because I was getting ready for the Zoom call that I have with Jasmine, and I was going to record that and then post it here. But I'm just going to be mindful before I say whatever's coming, whatever's not coming, because I signed an NDA and I don't want to just put them on blast if they told me not to talk about anything. So definitely going to do that. However, if I can post, I'm going to. But anyway, so I just sat down to record a show. I got all ready, and then it's 5 o'clock. Then it was 5:01, and 2, and 3, and 4. And then so I sent a message and to Jasmine, and I said, where the fuck did it go? Slack is so weird, dude. What's going on with all this shit? So I sent a message to Jasmine. I said, hey, Jasmine, I'm here. She says, hey, Bryson, I sent it for 5 p.m. I think we're in the same time zone now. I Googled it last night. I'm currently in a meeting right now. And I don't know how to take that. Hey, I sent it for 5 p.m. I think we're on the same time zone. Okay. I think we're on the same. It's in. You're not on a time zone. Well, good. I think we're in the same time zone now. I Googled it last night. I'm currently in a meeting right now. I took that as, hey, you fucking ghosted me, you whore. You know? And great start. But I look at the bottom of the email that was sent. It says, Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, 5 to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I'm not Mountain Standard, I'm Mountain Daylight. Mountain Standard Time is, I believe that's for Phoenix and other places. But Mountain Daylight because I have daylight savings. So for what it's worth, half the year she would have been correct, but no, it's incorrect. I literally have never said Mountain Standard because I knew that wasn't the right one. It's Mountain Daylight. Whatever. She says, I said, it looks like the invite says for Mountain Standard, I'm Mountain Daylight. She says, oh no, new text. That's my fault. New text. I'm so sorry. New text. Are you available in an hour? No question mark. All good? And I said, yes, I will make that work. No worries at all. I could have caught that as well. She says, thanks so much. I seriously appreciate it. And then I said, no worries at all. Talk soon. So all that to say, I'm already sitting here, so I may as well record a show. So here we go. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Today was a very hard one for me. I guess I don't know what it would be. I don't know if it's physically or mentally. I don't know. Just so tired, so exhausted from just the absolute dog shit or lack thereof of sleep. Okay, and. What the fuck is this? Get rid of this. Delete. And, and because I don't have work at work, I don't have anything to do while I'm working. I have to kind of just keep myself busy. And all I can do is just bring my laptop and continue working on my own stuff. That's all I can do. And I've been doing that and I've been loving it, but it's very hard to do that and not be able to just, take a snooze or relax your head for a sec because someone's going to say, oh, he's fucking sleeping. And, I've called other people out for sleeping. So, I can't fucking do that. That's pretty hypocritical. Not the point. The point is I was so exhausted that it was just so hard for me to just keep my eyes open and focus on trying to learn what I'm trying to learn. I did not put one single hour into any projects for Brian or anything for Mina. I don't even have anything for Mina yet. I'm sure we'll talk about that on Friday. So we are still sitting at, what was it, like 6 hours for the week or something like that? But I could check real quick. I'm really curious now. What is it? It is, 4.2 for the week. It's now Tuesday. It's Tuesday, April 29th, 5:15 p.m. And as long as I can hit 20, I'm cool with that because that's how much I plan to hit for every single week moving forward. And if I can really take advantage of this and work even more and get more stuff done, then I would like to. Honestly, straight up for the money, but also if I can kind of over deliver like that for them and show that hey, when you put me in for full time, this is what I can do. That's kind of what I hope. Unless it goes differently on the call, unless she's like, hey, we can only have you working 15 hours a week, I'd say, okay, well, that's a Saturday for me. If I were to It would be a full Saturday. A full normal Saturday, it would not be that because it's Lexi comes over and it's a date night. So if I wanted to, I could absolutely make it 13 hours in one day. But yeah, it just I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna get upset about some shit that has not even happened yet. But I think I actually technically worked for maybe 15 minutes this morning. But I'm not gonna log that. I don't think it's a big deal. Maybe I should just so that I'm attentive to details, bug fixing. Yeah, I'm going to put that on there actually. Let's do that really quick. So let's go today. It was around, I don't even know. We'll go 6:30 a.m. and it stopped at 6:45 a.m. Template, other, and while it submits that, we're going to go bug fixes for Anna. Okay, boom. So we just clocked it. We got 15 minutes in there. Yeah, so that really didn't do much, but it's at 4.5 now, so whatever. Anyway, so I'm still waiting on resignation. No new information that's like, ooh, it could be. I'm still thinking that it's just going to be next Monday. Everything else that I'm seeing is the same thing. I don't see any new information. Let's see. NAVSEA, Public Shipyard, got an email saying 443 applications were sent in and only 154 were approved. You'll know the approved status of your application in the coming days. It says, I'm nowhere near NAVSEA, Public Shipyard. I think it's, if I had to imagine, that's like Navy. It just looks very similar to Navy. So let's just look up the Naval Sea Systems Command. Naval Sea Systems Command is the largest of the United States Navy's 5 sister commands or material organizations. John Barry founded this in 1974. It's got a budget of $30 billion. Cool, dude. What's up with all these companies having the shittiest logos and the shittiest looking, you know? I mean, I guess it's kind of cool if you look at it. It's got a little boat with a rocket on top of it with a big tsunami. It's got a submarine underneath. And it's got trails representing the lines. Take that back. Apologize. Just the colors. Use different colors. Use different font. That's what it is. Anyway, so that's a little update on that. Purposely took a nap today and... Oh, that's what I was saying. So, yeah, I was so fucking tired at work, so it made it really hard to focus on stuff. But we still got a lot of Mimo lessons done. And today was a little bit more challenging one because I'm learning loops. And there's 2 different ways that you can do loops. You can use the while word or keyword, and you can use the for keyword, FOR. And I think it just goes back to my point that I made the other day. It's harder for me to grasp these things when I don't understand when the fuck I'd use this in real life, you know? Like I can make a number just spam to infinity and beyond, and beyond. When would I ever want to do that? I'm not, you know? Or I can make it spam from 100 to 0. When would I want to do that? And I think that's the missing link for a lot of these, because not that I've tried every single thing possible, but I don't know, the dozen things that I have tried, it never explains what it's for or when you'd use it or a practical real life usage. It's always, I don't know, maybe it's because the people who write it, they don't want to overwhelm the people who are taking the course with all this extra info. But shit, dude, that I'm praying for that, you know? But anyway, so after looking more into all of this, I don't know if I'm going to do the front end and the back end, because the full stack, I believe, would take care of the whole thing. That's just the other lesson. So let's see. Let me just take a look real quick. So JavaScript classes, there's 10 of them. Intro to React, 13. So that's, let's see if it's the same thing. So maybe I will do that, but by the time I complete the full stack developer, I won't have to do that much. But let me just check. So React, 13 JavaScript class. Yeah, so I guarantee you, This might be a little bit. No, I'm going to keep it going. Let's keep this podcast alive. Hold on. I'm just going to compare photos, and I'm going to use ChatGPT for it because it's much better. So let's zoom out. Okay, so we'll take a screenshot of front-end developer path. Okay, boom. Now let's go back to, let's get the back-end developer path. Open it up, boom. Okay, and then let's get the full stack developer. And yeah, looking more into this, a lot of people have said, yeah, this is not going to get you a job by any means, but it'll be helpful for you to know and have all this information. I don't know if it's going to take all this. It's very small. Okay, pick 1 is front end, pick 2 is back end, pick 3 is full stack MIMO course. Based on these course titles and the numbers of lessons next to them, which lessons are in the full stack developer that are not in either, pick 3, that are not in either of the ones of the others. Okay, let's see if it does that. The reason why I'm asking this question is because so I was looking around and I was reading, and even ChatGPT said, don't do front end and back end, just do full stack, it's a waste of time. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll just go for those anyway, and then by the time I do full stack, I'll only have like 2 or 3 courses left. The full stack developer course includes every lesson from both the front end and back pick, plus 1 additional section not found in either, which is full stack. This section is exclusive to the full stack path. Everything else in the full stack path is already included. So yeah, we just figured it out. We just compared 20 courses here to, I don't know however many courses there were. 20 courses to 15 courses to 9. Interesting. Well, anyway, I'm still going to do that. I feel like it breaks it up a little bit into bite-sized pieces, and I'm still going to go for that. Not to mention, I'd probably still get the same certifications, but it would just be, I don't know. What we'll do is we'll go front end first. Then we'll go back end, which is with SQL and I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But yeah, nothing's changed there. We're going to keep going, but I just wanted to share the progress or the roadmap. Now, the progress for where I'm at now is I am now 25% complete. By the end of the day, I will have arrays done with. Well, that's what's on schedule for me to do. I have this Zoom call with this lady now in 30 minutes. Assuming that goes to about a half hour, that puts me at 6:30. So that means I'll have 2 hours after that. I could absolutely get through it. I could force myself to do it. And yeah, I think we're good there. But I did the end of conditionals today, and it was actually a nice refresher because these are just lessons. And it was nice because I finished this morning what I was doing yesterday, and so it was kind of a nice refresher. And it's not like I knew everything immediately, but I was like, oh, I remember. It was only one day ago, but still, it just felt better. So maybe I'll do the same thing. I've got loops, and I have to do 2 more. They call them superchargers, which they're short lessons, but it's all kind of free type, which is the most helpful. And then after that, we have a full another section. It's called arrays. Grouping values with arrays, changing values in arrays, pushing and popping arrays, deciding with arrays. And we have functions, objects, applied function, ES6, array operator, all that stuff. So I'm just going to force myself to do array, and then maybe tomorrow I go back and do the supercharger shits, and then, because tomorrow I need to do 6, 7, 8. I think that's what's on the agenda, which if that's the case, that's going to be, is that what I said I was going to do? 6, 7, and 8. Should be able to. I mean, those are kind of bigger courses, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I just got to get through 5 today. Excuse me, dude. Well, anyway, nothing else. Just learning, just trying to stay afloat. The stuff is a lot more interesting and a lot more exciting than anything fitness coaching related. And again, it's just been such a great pivot for me. I might take a stall with money and progress, and this podcast might be less exciting for another 2 years, but fuck it. I mean, think about it in the long term. 2 more years from today, this podcast is still ass. Then this podcast will only be alive for 3.5 years of the 20 that my goal is. So what the hell is 3.5 of 20? It's not even a quarter. It's not even 20% actually. So it's quite literally the minority. So anyway, the reason why I even say that is because I felt like with fitness coaching, I had that podcast where I said it finally feels within reach. I said that very large number out loud on the sales call, and I felt fine. I didn't feel like, oh shit, I can't believe I said that. And that would have been much more exciting to have this podcast be going on where I'm actually making, high ticket sales. That's very exciting stuff, but not going to be doing that right now. Yeah, matter of fact, it probably is going to be a lot longer before I do any kind of high ticket, because most of these software things, you never look on a pricing page for any kind of website and it says option 1, 20 grand, option 3 or option 2, 50 grand, option 3, 100 grand. It's always like $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month. Now I can choose which market I want to play in and charge the appropriate prices, but I'm just wanting to build shit and help people. Truthfully, I want the money. Absolutely. Don't ever want anybody to think that I don't, because I absolutely do. But if I can get some dollars in exchange for what I do here, then hell yes. But yeah. So I really don't have anything else to say. So I think I'm just going to end the show today, and then we'll circle back tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys. Peace. Actually, just kidding. I realize I'm going to put the Zoom call at the end of this if I feel like it can fit, or if I feel like if it's appropriate to do so. So it's not the end. If it is, then peace out. But if it's not, then you're going to hear the Zoom call. In either case, bye. There we go. What's going on?
What's up? Thanks for waiting. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
Hey, no worries. No worries at all.
I love your little picture that you have.
Oh, yeah. I just grabbed the first one. I never used Zoom. So when I first got it, I was like, oh, I'll use that photo. And it's just me holding up water. So whatever.
Yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah, cool. That's funny.
Yeah. So did you get access to DataBox at all? Or is this?
Did I get access to DataBox?
Yeah.
Was someone supposed to send me links to?
Yes. Okay.
No.
Oh my gosh. I feel
no. Someone told me to look into it and just kind of look around, and I did that, but.
Okay, so what I can do at least to see if this aligns with you is sign up for a free trial. So that way you can see what the platform looks like at least, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
I feel really bad.
No worries. It's okay.
We had like a whole 30-minute conversation about you and what we're going to have you do. And it's like, okay, let me see.
Yeah. Was it you, Nick, and Brian? Or was it?
It was me. It was me, Ritzy, and Nick. And Brian was in the background, but he was doing some stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so actually, I already used all my free trials, so and I need a business account. So let me see. Oh my gosh, I just put my name for this. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't make me verify. Because then you would have to verify.
Is there a way that I can be attached to your guys' stuff so I can see?
Oh yeah. So
even with the free trial?
That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Instagram. Okay, so I'll show you kind of what this looks. Oh, wait a minute. It just logged me out. Okay, it's gonna make me like verify our account.
Okay, would it be better if I made one and then you linked it or something like that?
So it's going to make me like actually connect our Instagram account.
Oh, all that?
And it's been such a pain. I guess realistically, what all do you need? Because I've made certain things for Brian on Databox.
Sorry, what do you mean? What do I need? I don't even know what I'm.
So like to track data. So I can show you a presentation actually that I made.
Okay, I think it'd be helpful.
So this is something that I had made for Brian in February for social media. It doesn't show anything because it's not connected anymore because the account expired. But basically, for example, like YouTube, you can do an overview for the past 30 days of the subscribers, the subscriber trend, views by traffic, average watch time, video performance, views. And then for like Instagram, you can do impressions, followers, reach, followers by gender, country, activity, stuff like that. And you can also customize these boards. So like if you were doing like a monthly report and there's something in here that's missing, like you can actually go in and like add it. So, and everything integrates within Databox. So you just connect the YouTube account to Databox as well as like the Instagram if that's what you're doing. Okay. And then you can actually like make reports for Brian.
Okay, cool. Does this do it on a per post basis as well, or is it just generalized? Like 1 week's worth of everything?
So it's just generalized. It won't give a breakdown of like each post. But what you could do is have it send you a report every week if you wanted to do that. And it'll automatically make one for you and email it to you.
Okay. So this is all in reference to that spreadsheet that I made for Brian? Is that what you're talking about?
I have not seen that spreadsheet.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. Because that spreadsheet actually does it per post. It's just all manual entry, which is the only crummy part, because we would have to go in there, find a post, type it in manually, and that just takes time. But this is automatic, it looks like, but it's not per post.
No. Shoot. So let me check again. What I can do is I can also message support and see if there's like a way to do that. I just have never like done it per post, and from my knowledge, I don't think there's a way to do that. I can always message support and see.
Okay. Because I'm dabbling in software development and stuff, and I was looking at the APIs for Instagram and Facebook, and I think you can do that. Like I'm totally cool to do that myself. It would just, it would just take longer than what you have here. That's the only issue. Like this is all ready to go. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay. So I think a better place for me would be like, what's the goal here? Like, what are we working toward? Just the spreadsheet, just linking it all and getting all the data? Is that like the first project? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Brian loves data. So if you gave him data on every single post,
yeah,
I'm sure he'd literally give you the biggest bear hug, but,
okay.
I think, but also too, that's a lot. So I'll message support and see if there's a way to do it per post. There actually might be. I've just never done it, so I can ask them. But yeah.
Okay.
Because I know that's gonna suck to do manually.
Well, that's what.
Day.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because he said he posts so many times per day on so many different platforms, and like I personally wouldn't mind doing that, but I'm sure that's not what he wants to pay me for. So.
No, definitely not. We had that discussion with Britzy, and so.
Speaking of which, how did all that go? Because it's so easy for me to clock like 40 hours when I have a project to work on. Like last week I hit, I think it was 41. So it's not part-time.
Yeah. So I think realistically, the focus is like, we want you to work on, because I'm under the impression you're not staying, right? You're just kind of building out things for us, or what?
Well, I want to stay as long as I can, but yeah, that's Britzy made it sound like it was just for 6 months, and I was like, oh, bummer.
But, so I think for 6 months, just having you like track data. But obviously, I know how PT Dom is, so if they really love what you're doing, you're probably going to stay on.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I started off as like a copywriter, and then they liked my work, and then they were like, "Can you be the marketing director?" That's between
cool.
us.
Okay,
just so
cool.
you know, and like you're aware, like
yeah,
that's
okay.
kind of how it goes around here. Nothing is ever like super set in stone, and we are scaling. So realistically, I think it's probably time for us to have someone like you, anyways. So
okay, well, that's cool. That's good. It's good to know. Well, I think the reason why they said just the 6 months was because I'm part of the CLA right now, and then it's like, this coaching thing is not for me. I like this stuff, and so I made a post, and then I think it was Britzy that said part of my hours are going to be in exchange for the monthly payments for that until I'm out, and I think maybe that's where that timeline of 6 months came from. So I'm not really sure, but
yeah, no, I think so too. So yeah, I mean, realistically, that'd be a conversation between like you and Brian, honestly. And then you can take it to Britzy. But yeah, I think just like for right now, just giving the deliverables obviously is the best bet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And having me work on like the super important stuff. So yeah, I guess I'll follow up with Datavox and see what the capabilities are. And then we can kind of go from there.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, also welcome to the team.
All right, thank you so much. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I actually remember you because you were in the onboarding group, and then you did really well. And then we like chose you for a prize. I had to make the graphic. So
really? That was you? Cool. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's such a funny story because I got really nosy, so I was looking around in the Slack, and there's me from 5 years ago in here. You guys are talking about me because I joined and then left. So yeah, so yeah, it's been a wild ride, but yeah, I think it's a super long story, but the short version is like I just quit too early the first try, and then I just believed if I would have just not quit, I would have tried harder, then I would have made this work. But it was just like I just really wasn't really in this for what it was. And so now just like taking a step back and being like, hey, it's okay if people see that I'm not doing this anymore. You know, what's going on here?
No, I definitely understand, because it's like you realize that like you make the money and you're like, this isn't my passion. Like it's really not, right?
It was like almost became part of my identity, and I'm like, I actually don't like this, you know, so I'm going to not do it anymore. So like being okay with that was, for me, that was a bigger step to take. And then I took it and I was like, holy cow, this is so great. I can not do this anymore, you know? So yeah, anyway.
Makes sense.
Cool.
Well, yeah, if you need anything other than that, you can let me know and I'll follow up with them so we can see if there's a world where you don't have to manually enter data for every post. So.
Yeah, I'm positive there's a way to do it per post, and I know I could figure it out, but it's just like if you guys want me to do that, I will, but if not, then I won't. But
okay, yeah. We'll try the easy way first. If it doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah. So moving forward, am I reporting to you, or am I reporting to Britzy, or am I still reporting to Brian? Because in my head, Brian's just like got so much going on. I want to like keep on talking to him if he's got a system in place, you know?
You're good. If anything, I think you would send the data to Nick because Nick edits the videos. And so Nick likes to know what's performing and what's not, and then like go from there.
What about just project wise? Because I've got an hours sheet where I track all my hours and then exactly what I work on from what times to what times on what dates. So I can send it to Britzy has it, but I don't know who needs that.
That'd be Britzy because she handles payroll. So
okay, cool.
Do that, and then project wise, I would say talk to Britzy about that. I'm kind of a little more hands off. I'm just trying to see if there's a way where we can like not have you do so much tedious stuff and focus on bigger things.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I would say this too. If you want to stay on longer, the more you bring to the table, the more like they're gonna want to keep you. So if you see something where you're like, hey, I could build this, it wouldn't take too long, like they'll keep you because you're adding value.
Yeah.
So that's just how Brian thinks.
Okay, and if I have that idea, I bring that to Britzy? Or, I don't know, like, what's the process around here? I don't know.
You can bring it to me and Britzy, and then I can tell Brian, and he would be like, yeah.
Okay, so should I not text Brian anymore?
I don't. If you guys are homies, you can.
Well, I don't think we're homies. I mean, we've been talking about, like, because there's another project I'm working on for him, but it's kind of stalled right now just because I have to wait for Google to do its thing, but been talking about that. But I just want to because I talked with Britzy about this, I think I'm just insecure about it, but he said from the start I'd only be part-time, you know, and like I'm not, you know, and I just want to make sure that I'm not seen as milking hours or anything like that, you know what I mean? I think that's my biggest concern because I hit 41 hours last week, you know, and I just want to make sure I'm good.
Yeah, you'll be good. If anything too, like Britzy's really sweet, so if you have any concerns, like I would just ask her. But yeah, I think realistically, again, like if the hours are warranted, then yeah.
Well, I might be actually quitting my job. Wait, where are you based out of right now?
Scottsdale.
Oh, I actually lived in Phoenix for a year. That's crazy. Cool.
Oh, wow.
So are you familiar with the deferred resignation program in the government? Are you familiar with any of that?
No.
Well, long story short, it's just the government's it's like a buyout. So they're paying some of the people who qualify to not work until pretty much just to quit. But then the government will pay you up until October 1st. And I'm part of that group. So I'm on my way out. So like I can definitely do 40 hours now. But if I quit my job, then I can do so much more, you know? So long way of saying like I'm going to have so much more time and I'm already... Yeah. So, I don't know. I just got a lot of time on my hands, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Are you good at integrations?
I guess it depends. There's so much that I'm learning. I mean, are you talking about like with spreadsheets or with just like Zapier and stuff?
Yeah, spreadsheets, Zapier, connecting like lead connector to Active Campaign, stuff like that. I'm
sure I could figure it out. I've actually never heard lead connector or anything like that.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was going to say, I think spreadsheets, that's where I shine right now, but I'm trying to learn how to code right now. And it's actually going pretty well. That thing that I was making for Brian as a spreadsheet, I've made it into a software now. And now that's why I'm like, okay, all I have to do is just link it per post and figure out how to do that automatically. That would be the only thing I have to do. And then it would be fully functional. Like it would be all hosted and safe and secure. It would just be for PT Dom. So that's why I was like, I could figure that out. But yeah, I mean, I've been actually doing that in my own time, but.
We definitely need an integrations person. I hate integrations. I'm terrible. I'm a creative, so anything tech I can't do.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
It's so small that sometimes I have to pick up the slack. Not slack, but just the lack thereof, I guess you could say. So just realistically, someone to test stuff and integrate any copy that's written into a software, and make sure everything fires correctly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll absolutely give it my best. I love this stuff. I think it's so much fun. So it's never a chore for me. It's always very exciting, actually. So.
Okay. I could probably talk to Britzy about that too, because that was actually a conversation that came up last week. So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm open to whatever, but I definitely like the whole spreadsheet, creating something from scratch, you know? Because it was funny because Brian just asked me to show him, like on a spreadsheet, the total views and the total. It was total views per platform and then total views total. And then I made a whole thing that was like, had all these different charts and had all these different, I can show you if you want, but yeah. And then he was like, oh shit. And I think that's why he brought me on, because he asked for two things. I gave him like 30. So, but it was just so much fun for me. So, yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's literally the way to Brian's heart.
Yeah, okay, cool. Good to know.
He doesn't know. He knows what he has an idea what he wants, but he doesn't know what he wants until you show him.
Yeah.
He loves when people bring ideas that will make the company better. So literally, like, if you have any idea,
just bring them.
Bring them to him. Bring them to me.
Okay.
I would say bring them to me, and I can definitely like vouch for you.
Okay.
Like this.
Yeah, keep them on. Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if you have literally any other questions, you feel weird about anything, like you can shoot me a message on Slack, whatever. But yeah, I'll follow up with DataBox and I'll let you know. So.
Okay, perfect. Sweet. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good day, Bryce.
Hey, you too. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I don't know what to say. I thought it was going to be, hey, we're going to have you work on this, log in here, get this done. It was more like, hey, you familiar with this? What do you think? You know? So I guess that's a different, whatever you call it, a different work expectation or a different expectation overall. I'm sitting here like waiting for orders, but it's like I need to come up with those on my own and then execute on them. I guess that other project for Brian, the website, is back live, back on, what am I trying to say? I'm going to work on that more often to try to link the APIs and shit to one another. Dude, I'm positive that you can. Sorry, I'm on my phone, so I actually was about to end the show and change, but let's see real quick. Let's see. Using Facebook and Instagram APIs, am I able to create a software that examines all individual posts that gives me each specific post's metrics and then assign tags to those for deep specification and organization for tracking and split testing? So it says, yes, you can build software using Facebook, Graph API, and Instagram to access per post insights for Instagram, likes, comments, save, reach, impression, profile visits, etc. Facebook, same thing. It requires a Meta developer account, a connected Facebook page, plus Instagram business or creator account, and access tokens with Instagram Basic, Instagram Graph user, all this shit. Not built in, but your software can pull post IDs and data, let you assign custom tags, categories, goals, test groups in your own database, track performance tied to those. This lets you segment posts like hook test A, hook test B. Yeah, got it. Front end, React or Vue, back end, Node.js or Python. Database, Firebase, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, API, Metagraph. Can I do JS, HTML, CSS? That's just what I'm learning, so that's what I make. Yes, you can absolutely use JavaScript and build it. You'll still need the backend authenticating. Backend Node.js or Express recommended. Handle API requests to Meta, store and retrieve post tag data, schedule updates, select cron jobs, fresh metrics. Here's the example flow. User logs in with Meta. Backend pulls posts and insights. Front end displays them. You assign tags to each post. Database saves tags with post IDs. You sort analyze by tags. So, okay, let's use this shit, dude. I'm tired of typing. So, for example, I could have a big, large, giant spreadsheet-looking dashboard that has, for example, the post and a button that takes me to that post on that platform. And then it has the 3 to 5 tags. So, for example, I could say topic is a tag, and I assign that topic the tag of sales. And then I assign the next one of location to, for example, gym. And then once I have all these tags, it assigns those tags to this specific one post's data. And then I can go and make another dashboard with in-depth numbers that then show what posts with what tags perform to what degree. Am I able to do that? And if so, using AI, how long would it take to create how long would it take to create an MVP for this? Okay, let's see what it does. Send, okay, so for example, okay, big no change. Yes, you 100% can build exactly what you just described. Okay, cool, that's all I needed. So a spreadsheet style, dashboard, clickable link to view, multi-tag system, or performance breakdown. Your software pulls all metrics via the Meta API, stores data in a database, then organizes and visualizes it with your custom tag system. Tech stack suggestion. Backend Node.js or Fire. So it says HTML, CSS, JavaScript with React or plain JavaScript. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to... The fuck do you use React for? What is React? We'll figure that out in a minute. MVP features you can launch fast. Log in with Meta pull posts, display post metrics in table, add custom. Okay, how long does it take? Yeah, that's what I'm talking. See, fucking knew it. How long to build MVP with AI plus tutorials? Solo builder with AI, no experience, 30 to 40 hours of focused work. If you're fast, focused, and use AI for code, 10 to 15 hours for a lean MVP. With React plus Firebase plus OpenAI help, I'd get V1 live in 2 weekends. So I'm going to lay out the MVP feature checklist. Plus build order in your voice. Plus, want me to lay out the MVP feature checklist plus build order in your voice? What the fuck does that mean? Phase 1, core backend, login, post data sync for each post. Okay. Tagging system, manual input or drop downs. 3 to 5 tag categories. Yeah. Each post can have multiple tags per category. Yeah. Spreadsheet style dashboard table with column, thumbnail, caption, but for post, tag, slot, edit line. Phase 3, deep insight dashboard. Okay, cool. So what if I just wanted to have the data all on hand, but never show all of it all at once unless I specify? So for example, I pull all the data and I have access to it at all times, and then I have a dashboard that lets me pick and choose what to display at what points in time and do all that. So for example, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'd have one page that has all the data, and then on another page it pulls from that selectively so I can compare and contrast different things to different things, if that makes sense. When I ask these questions out loud, dude, I say them and I'm like, why wouldn't that be possible, bro? That makes perfect sense. And yes, you can absolutely structure it that way. Here's exactly how that'd work. Okay. So all post data tags live here. You never show this entire set unless you want to. Think of it like your warehouse or organized, all available. Store in Firestore. Firestore? What the fuck is Firestore? I have Firebase. Okay, dashboard page, select display. You pull only what you want from the master data. Select filters like tags, date range, platform. Then show comparison view, comparison page, advanced analytics. Lets you group by tags or post IDs. Use side-by-side metrics, trend lines, or averages. You own the entire data set, but only show slices you pull. How do I ensure that the data is never screwed up or erased, and that it is the most secure thing? This is me just vibing it out with Mr. Chat Gabriel Pete Thomas. Use Firestore or Supabase. I don't even know. Firestore. When I hear that, I think fire sale and I'm playing zombies. Get the ray gun. Enable daily backups. Set up scheduled exports to Google Cloud Storage. Can auto backup hourly or daily. Lockdown access. Use Firebase Auth for login. Only allow read-write to your specific user. Keep a change history log. Never delete directly. Instead of deleting rows, use status, archived, or deleted true. So nothing is truly erased unless you wipe the database manually. Manual export option. Add a button in your app to export data to see. It was sending you back to offline or store. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could absolutely do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to type to Jasmine here. Hey, Jasmine. I looked into it very brief. Okay. And I could absolutely pull each individual post's data automatically into... Okay, what the fuck is going on? Automatically into... I looked into it very briefly, and I can absolutely pull each individual post data, whatever, automatically into a central location. It would make more sense what the vision is if you saw the other spreadsheet. But this would be a 40, 50 hour project for me. I would say 40, 60 hour project for me. But it would be one hell of a data powerhouse for all things Brian's Instagram or Brian's social media. Okay, can I do this same exact thing with TikTok and YouTube? Yes, you can do almost the same exact thing for you with a few differences. Okay. What you can still do, pull post video data via API, store metrics, assign custom tags, build dashboards. That's not even part of APIs. Okay, YouTube. You can pull, what is it? Here's the but. You must use a TikTok business account. You must apply for API access. TikTok for developers. TikTok's API is more restricted than Meta and YouTube. You store all posts across all platforms in one master data set. Your app just filters plus fetches based on what your platform you're analyzing. How long does it take and how much does it cost to get access to all these APIs, and is it... Nah, never mind. I just want to know if it takes a long time. Okay, it's free for Facebook and Instagram, so Meta, 1 to 2 hours to set up. You need an account. Okay, YouTube, 1 to 2 hours to set up. Okay, fuck me, here we go. TikTok, 1 to 4 weeks approval if business. It's free, but it's restricted. TikTok developer account, TikTok business account must apply plus get approved for access. Limited endpoints unless approved. Yeah, this is going to be a fucking project. But, dude, I know I can do it, especially because we have AI on our side. And, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to put this to rest, and I'm going to actually start getting ready for bed. It's only 6:40, but I'm going to make sure that I am good to go to sleep so that when it's sleep time, I can go the fuck to bed. Because believe it or not, I am still exhausted. So I'm going to continue talking with these guys, figure out what I can do or what they want me to do, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, that's it, guys. Appreciate you listening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.